Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. It is episode 76, like Fallout 76, that bad Bethesda game, but it's okay because they made Starfield. I'm still playing that, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I did not mean for that to be the transition to talking about stuff, yeah. I wanted it to be something like, isn't it pretty annoying that it's 76 parts and I still do the same freaking saying like in the all the time? It's almost as annoying as the Lakers freaking talking about how they perceived that there was trash talk between the Nuggets and them, when in reality, it literally was just two people who weren't players on the team, and that kind of annoys me. As someone who really likes the Denver Nuggets, that kind of pisses me the hell off. Like, I kind of hate that. Anthony Davis during Media Day. Yeah, I guess that's the full transition. Like, NBA Media Day happened, but don't worry, I'm not going to talk about basketball the whole way through, if you're wondering. I'm going to talk about my second most talked about thing. So yeah, just wait for that. But anyways, like, Anthony Davis issued a comment during Media Day being like, we heard of it, we heard all the freaking trash talk. Okay, all right, it's just more motivation. Austin Reeves out of nowhere is just like, all right, yeah, okay, we're motivated now. We're motivated now to freaking play the game. It's like, okay, all right. Like, my god, dude. I'm trying to not be as much as into the NBA following basketball, but like, look, man, god dang it, man. Every time I think I'm out, I get pulled back in, man. Please, man. I already saw the Nuggets win a title, man. I already had like a completion of my arc from like first watching basketball regularly during the bubble to now, being enthralled with Jamal Murray, and like, come on, my god. giving me more motivation to watch the opening game of the season and see if the Lakers can actually back up their talk in response to what they thought was frickin' talk from the Nuggets, where it was literally the frickin' announcer of the damn team. like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing here? I played the frickin' clip. Yeah, I played the clip in a Twitter segment in a previous episode. Vic Lombardi being like, yeah, Michael Malone is the Lakers' daddy. It's like, all right, Jesus. And then Michael Malone saying, put that in your pipe and smoke it. I don't know. Dude, what are we doing here? Like, why? How about you do it's fine to say we want to beat the Nuggets, but but we really need to not be like, we heard you talking. It's like, what do you mean? What did Jamal Murray ever say? What did Jokic ever say? What did Michael Porter Jr. ever say? What did Aaron Gordon say? What did frickin' Kentavious Caldwell-Pope say? What are we doing here? Come on, man. Come on. Seriously. That is the opening thing that annoyed me the most from all of the stuff in Media Day. Okay, I guess to really recap what happened in Media Day across the league, Harden didn't show up initially to the Sixers Media Day, but he eventually showed up to practice. Funny thing, the Sixers are practicing in Fort Collins, Colorado, which is, pretty close to Denver. And then a funny thing is that they had to get permission from the Denver Nuggets in order to practice there. Probably they were just like, look, the championship's like pretty much here. Like, it's here to motivate us, right? We want to be motivated to win a championship from that. We'll see how that goes. The Celtics Media Day happened. Drew Holiday is on the Celtics. Recap that. I talked about that last episode. Ja Morant is gonna practice and play. He's gonna practice and travel with the Grizzlies team during his suspension. If you recall, he got suspended because of an incident. For the first 25 games. Derrick Rose was like, I'm not gonna be Ja Morant's babysitter. That's not what I'm here for. I'd assume it's the same with Marcus Smart, right? Like, they don't want to be like his babysitter. They just want to support him. That's good. And then what else happened? Yeah, Lakers media day. Got it. LeBron is the oldest player in the NBA officially, right? He says he's been working with Rui Hachimura in the off season. Yeah, man. The Phoenix Suns were excited, I guess. DeAndre Ayton was like is coming into the Blazers this season, being like, yeah, I want to prove that I can be a dominating force. Shut up to people questioning his motor and stuff. I don't know. I think like most of the freaking DeAndre Ayton criticism, slander is like pretty unfair. I don't know. I hope he's like really good. I hope he's pretty good. I hope he's really good for the Blazers. I don't know. It'd be interesting if he gets remembered more as a Blazer than a Sun. But he did like have like that value moment, and then he made it to the finals with the Suns. But I don't know. Yeah. It must be interesting just being like on like a contending winning team like that, but also feeling like, yeah, I kind of don't like it here. Yeah. I don't know. Okay, anything else happening from various media days? Damian Lillard is like taking it in, being on the Bucks. He's like in awe. He's like, yeah, I don't know how you can stop me and Giannis, that pick and roll, whatever it is. Oh man. Yeah, pretty much the Bucks and the Celtics, it seemed primed to run the East this year, but maybe Miami can do things. Oh yeah, the other biggest story was Jimmy Butler with his haircut. yeah, he's emo. Yes, great. I mean, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I guess. That's Jimmy Butler, man. That's just him. He can be a bit corny at times, but like, yeah, he's mostly funny, I guess. It's just the other thing surrounding him, where was it during the Eastern Conference Finals when they won it in Game 7? During the presentation, he said like, I'll hold the next one in response to like holding the trophy. The ECF trophy, right? His MVP. It's like, all right, yeah. First of all, Caleb Barton should have won that freaking Eastern Conference Finals MVP. But anyways, I don't know what is the status of him holding on to the next one. There was also another comment. He said, I don't know. I get all of this stuff from Reddit, if you're wondering. There's also another comment he said where he was asked about like the Hall of Fame or something, and then he's like, if I get into the Hall of Fame, I don't even think I'll friggin' show up to the ceremony. I don't even think I'll show up to be inducted. It's like, okay, all right, okay, that's taking it a bit too far. Okay, that better be a bit, man. There's no way, man. Come on. Okay, all right. Oh man, I guess that's media day. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, excited for this NBA season to start. Early October. It's gonna a preseason game already happened, so yeah. Oh man, NBA season's gonna start. That's gonna be another thing. I can fill these episodes with. Yeah, I don't know, because what the hell else is going on in other parts of anything? I mean, a House Speaker got ousted. What is there to talk about? Like, I could just like say a bunch of like events. I could just do that. But that should be for the Twitter segment, I wonder if I should get into that stuff. I don't know. Again, I don't think I necessarily have an overarching topic, but I guess it's like, how the format of these episodes are now, right? Whereas is like I have like, generally like 3 or 4 things maybe at most that I want to like generally touch upon and get to for a little bit, and then during the Twitter segment, how it ideally should work is that if there's any like, it can be anything. Yeah, it can be a joke someone says, it can be an insightful thing someone says, it can be, me talking about a meme, it could be frickin' talking about a headline that I missed. I don't know, it could be anything. That's what I originally liked about it, but I guess I'm just not finding the kind of tweets that facilitate that lately, so I apologize. I don't know. Last episode's ones were about like introversion and stuff. Like, come on, man. Oh man, college opinions. I don't know. Like, what? I don't know. It varies from episode to episode. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I guess I forgot to do this last episode. Yeah, I have a tiny bit of meta updates about this series. it's not that important, but like, look, I upgraded my Xbox, not my Series S, but my Xbox One. It used to be the original, like, bulky, like, black version from 2013, and now I upgraded to the pristine, freaking slimmer white version, the 1S. You know, it's like, I don't know. It actually does shave a lot of space off of the desk I'm doing this on, but like, yeah, that's basically the reason why I wanted to freaking upgrade. Basically the reason. Oh man. And I think there was like some issues with my other Xbox One in terms of like connecting to the internet, but whatever. Yeah. I got like a bundle on eBay with like a bunch of games, with like 2 FIFA games and like 2K22 for some reason. I don't know. I might freaking like sell those off. I don't know. I've sold stuff on eBay before, just like 2 things. I like returned a phone I bought. Yeah, and I remember buying a graphics card thinking that I could fit it in my freaking small form factor freaking PC. Yeah, it didn't work. And I don't even think it was like an actual brand name graphics card either. Yeah, it was like a 960. Yeah, it was like that 900 series before even it was like 1080. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, oh god, dude. Upgrading like PC parts, yeah, I can't really do it now with like my current mini PC, but yeah, there might be a day where I might start thinking like, okay, I genuinely want to build a PC, but I don't know. I feel like that day's like far off. I don't know. I think I'm just dedicated. If I want to play newer games, I just get a console. That's why I got the Series S. Yeah. So yeah, I upgraded the Xbox that I do this on. Hopefully, I will not have to buy another copy of Minecraft. But if things get that dire, there is a backup plan. That's not getting the current version on console, which isn't this one. There is a backup plan, which is I have a 360 that's almost 15 years old. Yeah, man, I got my 360 2008 for Christmas. Oh man, I was 8 years old. Yeah, man, it's just so old. It barely freaking works. The power brick, it turns red every time like I press the power button on it. It's so weird. Yeah. And I have the 360 version downloaded there, but like I don't know if I get a new 360 from eBay if I just like, because I think the game is on the hard drive. I don't know if I just transfer the hard drive, the game will automatically show up there. But yeah, I guess that's the backup plan if somehow this disc collapses. But I guess the backup plan is just to return to PC. But like, who wants to do that, man? Who wants to do that? It doesn't even have like the music all the damn time. Yeah, and just like, you know, moving around on a controller is just a lot faster. But I guess like somewhat I'm like forced to play the game more. I don't know. Yeah. Anyways, that's in addition. And the other thing is that for now I am recording audio and video separately. Yeah, which is probably what most people should be doing, right? Instead of just like putting the microphone in their computer with, yeah, because like how it was before is that I put the microphone in and like it records my audio, my voice, with the game audio combined, you know, so it doesn't have to do that separately. But I don't know, lately when I plug in my new microphone into my laptop, it doesn't recognize it, so I guess I have to do this. I guess I have to friggin' record separately on my PC on Audacity. I guess that's a first world problem. I'm forced into friggin' doing an objectively better thing for recording, yes. And it really would have helped me when recording Life is Strange, because the problem I'm having is that, yeah, like it has copyrighted music in it. Like I just thought that it was fine, like playing a whole Soccer Mommy song and Haley Kiyoko in it, right? I was like, cool, I want to showcase that music, but yeah, I don't know. That's the reason why part 2 of Wavelengths is not freaking uploaded. I think I did upload it a tiny bit before, yeah, like a lot before, like early August, but yeah, I don't know, I'll upload it someday. The next like section of it is like during Halloween, so I might get back to that. I might just like, I still have the original recording, which I feel like I think. Yeah, it really would have helped me because of recording the audio separately. Yeah. But anyways, I guess that's the extent to my personal updates. I'm recording audio and video separately. Yay. Yeah. Oh man. Hey, remember when I talked about book drama? That was a fun time. That was When was the last time I talked about the drama going on within the book/writing/publishing Twitter community? When was the last time I did that? Oh man, I don't know. What is it this time? What is it this time? What is it? Yeah. The divide between adult readers and like YA readers and like things being categorized as YA should be adult. Is it people don't like prose that's like feels too YA? Is it the conflict between queering authors and agents that like seems to be cropping up a lot? Is it the discussions of publishing being too white, which is obviously a true thing? Is it discussing a controversy surrounding like a recent book and an author? Is it is it people talking about how a portrayal of a person of color in a book is extremely freaking bad? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's find out. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I have my Audacity here. I am still recording. Yeah. My fan's on, so that could be a thing. It's hot out, even though it's October. All right. I did a smart thing and bookmark stuff, okay? Here is like a poo-poo platter. Here's a sampler of like a few of the controversies going on in the Twitter space or the X space, whatever. Yeah, or is it like authors being, or is it people being like, why do I have to be a social media influencer if I want to be a successful author? Yeah, which is obviously like a valid freaking feeling to have, right? But I don't know. I guess that's not what it is this time. All right. Okay. So, I guess, first of all, here's the first tweet I bookmarked in regards to a bunch of freaking, writing pub book Twitter stuff. Okay, someone tweeted, alright, F it, I wasn't going to do this on main, but just kicked me over the edge. Oh yeah, in response, this is the tweet that set it off. The tweet that set it off was someone tweeting, Barnes & Noble dropped their best YA books of 2023 list, and every single author is white. Y'all, I feel like a broken record at this point because this happens every day. And then, someone quote tweeted it. Yeah, I've spent the last year recording every English language fiction deal in Publishers Marketplace, Googling over 4,000 authors, and this is what the current book deal landscape looks like. And it's literally just a bunch of statistics. Yeah, it's literally breaking down all of the book deals by race and ethnicity. Yeah. So, from the total book deals from October 2022 through October 2023. So in the past year of Publishers Marketplace deals, 70% of them are white, 10% are black, 7% are East Asian, 5% are Latinx, Latino, Latina. Okay, yeah, please. I do not want any friggin' conversation surrounding the controversy surrounding whatever that is, okay? Look, 8% of these are black/Afro Latina or Latino. Southeast Asian is 3%, South Asian is 2%, and Native American is 1%, and Pacific Islander is 0.02%. Oh, man. And then by genre, mystery is 89% white, horror is 87% white, fantasy is 86% white, thriller is 84% white, romance is 82%. Yeah, okay, I don't have to say white. Historical is 79%, YA sci-fi is 78%. Yeah, how many YA sci-fis are there though? That seems to be a very rare category, to be honest. Sci-fi is 77%. YA paranormal/urban fantasy, 76%, Paranormal/urban fantasy, 73%. General, I guess. Yeah, 70%. I guess that's literary fiction. YA contemporary is 67%, middle grade is 66%, YA fantasy is 63%, YA horror is 53%. graphic novels are 49%, and picture books are 45%. So the only two genres of books that are majority non-white are graphic novels by a smidge, a scotch, and picture books. I don't know, that just seems really interesting. I would assume this is like pretty accurate. I have no reason to believe this is not true. So I think this is true. This is pretty much freaking verified. I feel like, yeah, it's like you don't have to freaking, have you don't need to be a genius to figure out that freaking, yeah, publishing at large, even with like the pushes recently and stuff, and even seeing more people of color in across age groups or like whatever. Yeah, like it is like majority white. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Like the best books of 2023. I don't know. I haven't really looked that up, to be honest. I don't really care to, but yeah, I guess it's a thing, right? Yeah. I think like someone quote-tweeted it. Yeah, like an author, I think I see whose tweets I see a lot. Quote-tweeted it saying like, if you're an author of color and you're wondering if your stories are needed or if they matter, they probably do. So yeah, anyways. There's more tweets here surrounding stuff, I guess. So continuing on with these tweets related to all of this stuff, it's like related to, yeah, the drama. I just put it in the category of drama, even though I probably should come up with just better terms for it, but I just don't want to say discourse, even though that's the probably the most accurate thing. Okay, someone tweeted, adult readers have so much contempt for kidlit. People think books that are easy to read are also easy to write, but as every single person who has ever attempted writing for children knows, nothing is harder. Then she replied, sometimes we get new writers in our picture book critique group and they are always left a little stunned after we're done with critiques. Yeah. Oh man, related to this, someone else tweeted, I think we need to retire saying this reads like YA as an insult slash critique on adult books. Yeah. And okay, this is the second freaking like dramatic whatever discourse that has been going on. Someone like, yeah, I think this is in relation to someone like tweeting. This is in relation to someone tweeting like, yeah, there's a reply to this. I read plenty of YA books with stories that were just masterful and overly lyrical. Intellectual prose doesn't necessarily mean a story is any good. Yeah. And like my like opinion on all of this, the prose whatever discourse that has been popping up is like it's like I don't know. I guess I'm just tired of it at this point. I tweeted like a little bit about it, right? Of like I don't know what people are talking about when they say good prose. I don't know. This was in response, I think, to like a tweet from someone basically saying like I do not know what's going on with adult science fiction books lately. These are Hugo Award winners, and and these freaking and the prose is just bad or something. Like I don't know, and like again, my thing is like, yeah, my thing that I stated in the tweet I put out is like, what counts as freaking good prose? Like I really don't like I don't want to like operate under like assumptions over like what I think people think good prose is. I just want to see examples of what people think good prose is. Like I don't know, like I just need to see examples, man, please. Like I don't know, I really do wonder. I kind of just want to take it like book by book. I kind of want to just do it like book by book for like some of these people who post these opinions on like the prose is just so bad. It reads like YA. Like I kind of want to just like go book by freaking book, line by line, being like, okay, I throw a book on the table. That person saying that opinion's in front of me. I throw The House on Mango Street in front of them. Like ask them to read it. Ask the question afterwards. Is that good prose? Like, what's the answer to that? Like, I throw a freaking Hemingway book there. I throw freaking The Old Man in the Sea or, like, A Farewell to Arms. I'm like, is that good prose? Like, what is your answer there? I throw freaking Perks of Being a Wallflower there. Is that good prose? Like, what do you mean when you say you want good prose? Like, what exactly do you mean? Can you post freaking specific screenshots of what you think good prose is? Cause like I don't want to freaking operate under the assumption that that people think it's it's only freaking lyrical stuff, and it's only freaking like purplish, like using, you know, like intellectual, a lot of like heavy words, right? And like using a lot of freaking description. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I don't know. It's a thing. I guess it is a taste thing largely for a lot of people, but it's like, I don't know, for the people posting those types of opinions, being like, the prose is so bad, it's like, what, like, honestly, what do you think is good prose, man? What other books could I throw out there, like, to be like, do you think this is good prose or not? Like, I don't know, man. It's a weird thing. It's just a weird thing because it's like, I don't know, like, the adult fiction books I read don't have, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how to judge. I guess I'm not the most, like, expert in judging freaking good prose. I guess I'm not that literary of a person. Like, I don't have an English degree. I guess I'm not working towards getting an English degree. I don't know what people are talking about when they say they want good or when they're talking about prose being good or bad. I have no idea. Like, none of these people are posting any sort of freaking like screenshot or like photo or like giving any sort of examples of what they think good prose is. Like, I'm issuing this. If anyone is watching this, if anyone is interested in this, if anyone watching this if anyone is watching this Let's Play right now, I don't know why you would be watching it up to this point, but tell me, like, what are some examples of like good prose that you find? And like, a bonus question: can YA have good prose? Can middle grade novels have good prose? And like, I feel like a lot of those people would say yes, but they would say like, sometimes. When it's like, yeah, like, we know, like, it's obvious, like, you know, it's good for a YA book, it's good for a middle grade book, this has good prose for, you know, I don't know. To me, Becky Albertalli has good prose. To me, Morgan Matson has freaking good prose. Like, to me, Adam Silvera has good prose. Like, what, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Nina LaCour is amazing, great prose. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Can something be informed? Can like conversational dialogue be counted as good prose? That's my thing. Can it be counted in terms of prose? Because, like, to me, it can. That's why a lot of Sandra Cisneros' work, like, it is freaking amazing prose to me, because it's so freaking conversational. It's so freaking direct. It is so personal, man. The way the freaking main character speaks in The House on Mango Street, the last chapter, like, describing, like, her in her own freaking words as a 12-year-old girl, being like, I wanna write stories, like, I like to tell stories. like the girl trudged up the sad red house or something. Yeah, like, that's the thing, like, how she, like, says, I like telling stories, I tell them all the time, you know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. To me, that's freaking great prose. It's like, please, I'm kind of just desperately asking, what do you think good prose is? Please, I'm not that upset about it, but it's like, I don't know, man. I guess I just need a discourse to talk about. I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know. It's a weird thing, man. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. Like, I really just want to know, man. I really just want to know. I don't know. Like, what are people? Yeah, true. Do I have more? Yeah. Do we have more freaking, like, things? Yeah, no. Those are basically, like, the two main ones that I got. Oh, man. Oh, no, there's another one. Isn't there? Yeah, wait. Oh, man. There's another freaking... Oh, man. There's yet another freaking, like, yeah, there's another... controversy that I think it's probably in my likes. Let me see. Let me see here. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, God. Yeah, I don't know, man. I just needed freaking, like, too much. I just needed to freaking rant about that a little bit. Yeah. No, there's no freaking... Oh, wow. Okay, alright. I guess it's not that freaking, like, much, but, okay. The third freaking controversy that happened recently is that there was a book that came out It's not like one of these like overhyped book talk books, I don't think, but like a fantasy book, I think like came out and then by a white author, right? And then in one of the scenes in said fantasy book, there was a scene where there's a black character in it, and a black character uses bacon grease to do whatever, style their hair, I don't know, to like grease their scalp or something. Yeah, to grease their scalp. It's described in the book that they use bacon grease to grease their scalp, and then someone like and then someone tweeted like, someone like unrelated to that author tweeted like, if you freaking write that, I think that should be illegal or something. Like, I feel like that should be illegal. Oh man, I don't know. Is there anything else to that, like the bigger thing? Like, I don't have a rant associated with that. I just think it's kind of funny. It's like kind of, it's like I feel like racially insensitive to a very comical degree. It's like, it's kind of just like, really, like that, like what, like oh man. I guess like if I want to expand it, it's somewhat like related to a thing. Not really, but like there's yeah, I guess another thing. I guess there's a tweet of someone being like, okay, so like, look, where do we stand on, like, if you're not part of a specific ethnicity or racial group or sexuality, like writing those type of characters that are those like things, right? Like, should it just be like an automatic like no, right? Yeah, which is, yeah, and that's the thing, like, I don't think this is like as black and white as, you know, as like, I don't think this is necessarily a totally black and white situation. Yeah, because, you know, I think the answer probably is yes, but it's like you have to frickin', you know, I don't know. I think it's like you have to like show like, you know, a level of frickin' thoughtfulness and like care and effort, right, into authentically portraying things, right? Like those like people and groups, right? Whether it be like sexuality, race, religion, ethnicity, disability, you know, like there you have to, right? You have to freaking like show that, right? And like one of the ways is like by actually talking to people from those certain groups and actually like, you know, getting beta readers that fit those certain categories, right? Like that's what sensitivity readers, you know, are for, right? Yeah, I don't know. I guess being vulnerable here for me, like I don't think there are like a few like times where I feel like I might be like I'm wondering if I am portraying a thing a certain way, or you know, but I feel like I mostly err on the side of like caution a lot of the, yeah. I mostly err on the side of caution with my own writing. Like I never freaking like I've never written a black character using bacon grease for their scalp. I'm sorry. I think I should apologize for even like saying that I haven't done it. Yeah, I apologize. You know, yeah. But it's like, I don't know. It's a thing. It's a thing. I guess. I don't know. I guess like like if I were to say, would I be a good judge in like judging whether like Filipino representation in a story is like good or not? I don't know. But yeah, you know, God, it's a whole thing. Yeah, with like, it's in, yeah, like I might have talked about it before, but like there is somewhat of a difference between like race and sexuality in these things, right? Like, you know, like there's this whole freaking thing about like writing. I think like Becky Albertalli like had like stuff like discourse about it or surrounding her like early on, I guess, of like, why is like a supposedly straight woman, you know, like which was proved to not be the case, right? Like why early on why was a straight woman writing these stories about gay characters? Like why was she writing a story about a gay teenage boy? Why was she writing a story about a bisexual girl, right? When she isn't in any of those, like, yeah, where it's like authors like you know, like rabid fans, like not fans of things, like want creators to out themselves, right? Like you said, like the Heartstopper situation with Kit Connor, right? Of like, Like he seemed to be taking too many pictures with girls. It's like, is he actually freaking gay or bi, right? And then he had to freaking like publicly out himself on Instagram and confirm it. It's like, yes, I'm bisexual. It's like when that shouldn't be a thing that happens at all, right? It's like we should allow people to figure out their identities in private, you know, before they're public with it. Like we shouldn't ever force anyone to freaking like out themselves like that, right? Yeah, and that's obviously a thing, right? But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like that. I obviously like agree with that wholeheartedly, right? We like, oh my god, dude, flaming arrows? What? Flaming arrows? What? Oh man. Yeah, so, but like there's a level where it's like you have to be yeah, when portraying people of color, right? It's like, dude, if you do that, right? It's like with the bacon grease thing, it's like, dude, like, what had, like, where, like, yeah, I think that author, I think there's a, yeah, I don't know if I had it, I thought I bookmarked it, but like, like, I think they posted a picture, actually, of the author in their books, and it's like, where did this idea come from, of the bacon grease? Where did it come from? Where? Like, did you, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Would it have been better or worse if the author was like, actually, in my experience, like, I don't know, man. Like, anecdotal experience, like, would that have made it better? Probably not. Well, yeah, no, it wouldn't have. But, you know, I guess that's another, like, controversy surrounding, yeah, that got people talking a little bit. I don't know. Is there anything else? Yeah, anything else in my, yeah, likes or anything? No. Oh yeah, there's another, yeah, a fourth freaking thing, a fourth thing. Are books more freaking imaginative and a better form of media for fostering your creativity and imagination than television? Because there's this photo, and in the photo, one is a kid reading a book, and there's this whole like solar system, it's like Starfield, like planets, and then you know, like surrounding it, you know, that's the world he's enveloped in, and right next to him is someone watching TV, and the shadow is a rectangle, you know, implying that the book, reading books, you know, like spurs your imagination more, like, you know, I don't know, way more than television, where it's like why do we have to make that divide, you know? Like it you know, that's the thing. It's like so many authors these days are openly being like, no, I'm inspired by anime, I'm inspired by video games. It's like, yes. You know, I talked about before being like, so a tiny issue of like writers, you know, particularly on Reddit, but maybe it could be other places. I think it's probably, I mean, like, I think fan fiction is a totally different thing, you know, but I think like people wanting to write original fiction and their only reference points being video games and anime, and how that could be limiting. But like, obviously, it's like so many of the authors today, especially in the YA space, have said like, no, like, I've been inspired by anime, I've been inspired by freaking TV shows. It's like it's not a thing where it's like books are only inspired, literature is only inspired by other literature. Like, that would be an insanely boring thing if it was, right? Like, we should welcome like literature inspired by other having inspirations other than other literature, right? We should. That's the thing, you know. Yeah, like I would say, like, yeah, there's certainly been freaking like media that have been influential in like how I write, you know. I would assume, you know, Daria is an obvious one, right? I think, you know, without like giving away anything in what I've written, like, I think like the dynamic between Daria and Jane is like a thing where I've been like inspired by it. I think Friday Night Lights, maybe elements of it have like inspired my work. Life is Strange, definitely the vibe of that. It's mostly the vibes of things, yeah. Like Nana, the anime Nana, has definitely friggin' inspired like my work in some sort of way, right? The anime Honey and Clover has inspired my work in some sort of way. It's like, yeah, like, it's cool that people can have like all these various influences, right? It shouldn't be that You're only inspired by the books you read. Yeah. But, obviously in books, right? He keep on talking about The House on Mango Street, and I would assume, like, other YA books have been massive inspirations. Yeah, Morgan Matson and Becky Albertalli, most notably. Angie Thomas, obviously. Elizabeth Acevedo, and, it's like, yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it's find out, like, a bevy, a whole bevy, a whole smorgasbord, a sampler plate of references when you write stories. It's better that way. Yeah, was it Enter Player One? Enter Player One? Was Ready Player One? Was inspired by freaking just the 80s and and Nintendo freaking NES games and shit. I don't know. Yeah, it's an image that people have been talking about it. Yeah. An author quote tweeted this, yeah, saying, as a whole ass author, let me say that my books would not exist if it weren't for television media like One Day at a Time, which is a really good show on my blog, really good, and Free Ridge, Gentrified, Dairy Girls, and Reservation Dogs. Celebrate all media. They can lend to creative inspiration. Yeah. Oh, man. Anyways, I got through all of them. Yeah, look at that. I got through all of the freaking things. Yeah. I guess they were all too small to freaking, like, make a whole freaking episode spanning topic. But together they combined to freaking make one episode. And that was just a burst fire of things. Just a shotgun blast of freaking book publishing and Twitter drama. Oh man, I might come back for more in the Twitter segment, but yeah. Anyways, other stuff that happened. Roy Wood Jr., who was a correspondent on The Daily Show, and after Trevor Noah left The Daily Show, they've been looking for a new host with the writer's strike. It recently, I think, like, popped back up. It still doesn't have a host, but like he announced that he's not gonna be like sitting around waiting to like maybe get the chance to host the Daily Show. He's just gonna leave the show, and like good for him, man. Yeah, like he had a quote. Yeah, he quoted Doug Herzog. Yeah, you don't own these jobs, you rent them. They are not yours. Ultimately, no matter how long you are there, you're just passing through. Basically. Which, yeah, like it's such a thing, especially in like show business and like stuff like that. Like you really do like rent jobs like that, especially working in television, right? It's like you never know like when you're gonna get cut or when like a show is gonna get canceled and stuff, especially in this day and age, right? Yeah. I didn't talk about like the writer's strike ending recently. Yeah, the writer's strike ended. They have some really good protections against AI writing. There's like the fees for staffers are a thing now, like staff writers. There's like all like a bunch of good stuff. I do not know the exact specifics of it, but I would assume it's a pretty good and fair deal. I would assume they got like a lot of the stuff they were asking for. Oh man, yeah. So like Roy Wood Jr. is not gonna be a correspondent or like working for the Daily Show anymore, and like he's already like a pretty funny like stand-up comedian. Those still exist, by the way. A pretty funny stand-up comedian that mostly doesn't lie in his freaking material. I don't know. Yeah. Oh man, dude. Yeah, who is actually gonna be the new host of the Daily Show? Like, who is? Yeah, I don't know. I think like it's like a position where it's like probably not gonna be as like celebrated. Yeah, because obviously I think like most people are like, yeah, Jon Stewart was like the best thing at that, and then like I feel like a lot of people didn't like Trevor Noah at first, and maybe they grew to like him, but there is a bunch of leftists that are overly cynical, being like, yeah, it wasn't funny, right? Trump impressions aren't funny, I guess. I don't know. But like, I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like, I think I put out a tweet about it. I just really liked how thoughtful he was about things, like especially looking at the between the scenes, right? Those between the scenes segments with Trevor Noah were like really freaking good, man. I don't know, man. Like you can just tell that like Trevor Noah just loves like discussing these sorts of things. Like he loved the discussion of politics, I feel like, and like people way more than Jon Stewart. I feel like Jon Stewart was more, yeah, like I don't know, Jon Stewart, yeah. I think it was described that like Jon Stewart was like looking at America as an American, as someone who loves America, being like, why are you like this? Like, you can do better. I know you can. Like, both left and right leaning people, like the Democrats and the Republicans. It's like, why are you doing this? You know? And then Trevor Noah comes in. He's from South Africa. He's South African, but like living in America. He's like, what is with this country? This country is freaking messed up. Like, what? Why are you like this? You know? Yeah, like that's like kind of the difference. I feel like, you know, Trevor Noah basically always had like that outsider perspective, but Jon Stewart was the ultimate, like, he was an American who loved America, but because of that, he's criticizing the country to all hell and like wanting it to be better, right? Like, you know, like the way he like, you know, is like the way recently, yeah, like what, a few years ago, he was, you know, begging Congress, like the Senate, to pass the bill to protect the guarantee healthcare to 9/11 veterans and survivors, right? It's like he cared about that. He really did, yeah. Like firefighters, you know, who are part of 9/11, right? It's like he friggin', I think he was like crying when that like bill officially got passed. I don't know why it took so long to get passed, but yeah, yeah. I guess, you know, I'm like, looking forward to what Roy Wood Jr. does. He's really into freaking sports, and like every time he tweets about any sort of sports thing, like it's extremely funny. I hope he incorporates that in whatever he does next. I hope, you know, like why not just like have his own show, you know, even if it'll last only like a few seasons, like Deezus and Miro or something. Like, I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, or like Z-Way or stuff. Yeah. That's another thing I also wanted to get to last episode. See, there you go. I have enough for an episode. I don't know when I would ever have gotten to this naturally, or like when there would have ever been a prompt for this, but like okay. What is with these interviewers, man? Like, what is with the thing of like what I think is a Zoomer who like is interviewing extremely famous people who came from being an influencer and doing it for a bit. Like, that's the thing. That's the interesting thing here. I'm making it so that like you can like think of this and like listen to what I'm saying and think of two different people, right? And I'm like, I'm referring to both. I'm referring to like all of these people, right? Like, I don't know, just in general. Like, it's like, I don't understand, man. I don't understand the point of it, right? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. People just want like a female, like all gas, no brakes. But that's different though. That's like specifically like politically focused, like culturally focused. Well, yeah, mostly. I think like in the realms of politics, that guy was operating in, like going to Trump rallies and like putting a microphone in front of like extreme right wingers and like seeing all the crazy stuff they'd say. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm talking about the ones who specifically like interview rappers, like, was it Offset, or like athletes like Shaq, or like, you know, they go on dates with people, right? You know, they eat a bunch of chicken. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't know, man. This is like, I don't know. Do I want to be overly cynical about this? It's like, yeah, like, like for the other one. What is the bit? Like, what is the bit? I'm just like, my hand is on my cheek now. I'm just like, what is the bit, man? Like, what the bit is that she's just like, I don't just, oh man, I don't know. I'm just too out of touch with my own generation, I guess. I don't know. Oh man, it's like what is supposed to be funny about it? I don't know. Like, what is it? Yeah, like where the point of it is that it's supposed to be extremely awkward, right? The point of it is that the interviewer is supposed to make it extremely awkward, and I'm like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, like in bed with Drake, it's like, so you're a rapper? Then Drake's like, yeah. It's like, what do you rap about? It's like, what? Like, I don't know. I've never seen it, but it's like, wow. It's like anytime they say something, the person's like, wow, that's so cool. It's like, what? There are people like who like criticize shows like The Big Bang Theory, right? And like say like, it's not funny, man. It's not funny. right? And that's the thing, like that's the beautiful thing about humor is that it can be like subjective and stuff like that. It like, you know, anyone can find any different type of joke funny, you know. But yeah, I think that's the one thing you can't deny, right? You know, I don't know. There will always be like at least one person who finds a specific thing funny, I guess, right? Like for me, I find The Big Bang Theory funny. I guess I just need to find someone who thinks those types of interviews are funny and ask them about it, man. Just, yeah, the same thing with pros. It's like, Tro freaking, like, a thing out there being like, okay, so, okay, you think this is funny, right? Explain why this is funny. But that's the thing, like, explaining why something is funny, like, kind of ruins it, right? Obviously, right? Explaining jokes is kind of, yeah, I don't know. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if when or if I would ever get to talking about that. But it's like, I don't know, man. Why? Why? Oh man, how long have I been recording? Almost an hour? Oh god. I think it's about time I get to the Twitter segment. What have I been listening to? Broken Social Scene topped my chart this week. The song Anthems for a 17-Year-Old Girl, really good. Man, yeah, I guess that's my recommendation. Paramore put out a remix album of This Is Why. in the tradition of like 2000s indie bands. Yeah, oh god, dude. And Foles have remixed This Is Why, and Wet Leg remixed C'est Comme Ça, and Julian Baker remixed Tick Skull, and Linda's remixed the freaking song. It's like, damn, dude, that's freaking lit, man. I don't know, man, whatever. I'm excited to listen to that, you know, listen to a few songs off of that. Man, yeah, there's some like bands, I guess, there's some albums I want to get to. I guess I'll talk about them later, but it's like, yeah, anyways, to recap, NBA Media Day, the Lakers talking about the Nuggets supposedly talking is extremely annoying. James Harden showed up to practice eventually. Embiid is gonna play for Team USA. Yeah, that's another thing. There you go, just throwing that there. Embiid is going to play for Team USA. You know, I guess it makes more sense than like France, but it's like, why is he a French citizen to begin with? Also, like, he's teaming up, he's freaking seeing it as a networking opportunity, man. There is no way, like, he is going to be in Paris in 2024, and then he's gonna be like, okay, all right, which one out of you wants to team up with me in Philly? Okay, you can be the Harden replacement. It's like, okay, all right, like we all know where that's going, right? I mean, I have confidence that the pairing won't like end up winning a championship, but like we all know where that's going. And yeah, Cameroon was also the other country could have done it, could have played for, but yeah. I guess it's cool, you know. It you know, Team USA is probably gonna freaking dominate. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah, NBA Media Day, all of those book discourses. Oh man, dude. God, it's a lot. Yeah. Do I have any like conclusions as to what? Yeah. Yeah, like we shouldn't freaking force like any like author to out themselves in terms of sexuality. That's just obviously not a thing we should do. Obviously. Yeah, but like, you know, in terms of like writing characters and like writing about characters who aren't yourself, right? I think like, you know, getting sensitivity readers and beta readers that fit, that, you know, like understand, you know, probably is the way to go, right? And that's the thing, like, I think that's the thing that happens in the traditional publishing process anyway, right? So, you know, I don't know, to like certain, yeah, it's not always a guarantee to like be better, but yeah, the bottom line is like, you know, like, I don't know what you would have been thinking writing something like using bacon grease to grease hair, whatever. I don't know, that's a bit of a weird, like, no matter what, like, I don't know, man. Like, I guess maybe they were thinking like mayonnaise, right? Like bacon grease, you know, mayonnaise, you know, putting mayonnaise in your hair to make it fuller. What about bacon grease? I don't know. I'm just trying to justify it in any way when it's obviously a wrong thing. Oh man, who's gonna be the next host of The Daily Show? I don't know why I'm like summarizing. I don't know. This is just stuff. Anyways, I guess that's basically all of it for now. Here is the Twitter segment. Hopefully it's gonna be better. Okay, starting off with another tweet here. Finally, something funny. Someone tweeted, "You should stop Q-tipping your ears. Should I stop feeling joy too? Stop living?" Oh man, what? Who honestly, like, yeah, there are like ear cleaners out there that aren't Q-tips, but it's like, who are buying those things, man? It's like, it's a Q-tip, man. I don't know, man. That should be the number one freaking use for thing for cleaning your ears. I don't know, man. I don't know. What else should you? Yeah, what else should you use? Like, it's the cheapest way. It's the most accessible way. Q-tips are. It's like, yeah, like, I don't know. It really is a thing that, like, yeah, just the number one thing people ignore. Using Q-tips. I guess that's just a funny thing to start off the Twitter segment. Here's a music-related tweet. It's a screenshot of something. Yeah, it's a screenshot saying, "Just discovered what Midwest emo is. Y'all just be listening to anything." And then a popular poster on this site replied, "It's so good when done right. OMG, I can't get enough. I will take your suggestions because what I just listened to was something else." What, is it, like, bad? I don't know, man. I like, yeah. Midwest emo to me is American football. Yeah, like, that's what Midwest emo should be, but, like, the definition of it is expanded so much. And then they replied, "Anything by Hot Mulligan, Your Graduation by Modern Baseball, Twin Size Matches by the Front Bottoms." Yeah. I've only listened to Modern Baseball, but yeah, Hot Mulligan are just, like, way more, like, pop punk, I think, I feel like, but I don't know. But that's the thing, I don't know, I feel like Modern Baseball is in this weird space where it's like they are emo, right? Like, they are an emo band, I feel like, but, like, they're not emo stylistically, so they're like, they're not an emo band. But it's like, dude, like, come on, man. It's like, can you listen to Your Graduation and not think this is an emo band writing an emo song? Like, who cares? It's like, oh, are they Midwest because they're from Pennsylvania, whatever. It's like, dude, it's freaking emo, man. They were firmly in the fourth wave with the Hotelier and freaking The World Is a Beautiful Place and Foxing. It's like, come on, man. I don't know. I guess related. Can I relate this to Jimmy Butler? I think he posted Hot Mulligan on his Instagram story. I don't know if that's confirmed. I don't know, but, like, yeah, I don't know. Like more people being emo. The whole thing. Yeah, emo is somewhat being, like, reclaimed because of the friggin' 2000s, like, nostalgia cycle, right? Of being like, yes, I had an emo phase. Yeah, obviously we saw it with the When We Were Young fest, right? The different things, but, like, also, like, how it wasn't freaking like welcoming to people of color and, like, women, you know, people with different sexualities, but certain bands like Pink Shift and Meet Me at the Altar, I talked about before, are trying to change that, and I'm sure, like, a lot more. Yeah, so, like, you know, just think. Yeah, I don't know. I like Modern Baseball. I don't know. It's weird. People, like, hardcore into freaking emo, or I don't really count it. There was someone from an emo band who like, posted, like, a Topster chart and put, like, my 100 favorite emo albums, and I'm like, where is Modern Baseball? It's like, come on, man. It's like, yeah, cool. Like, they're a great emo band because they're more of an indie rock band. Yes, yes, that absolutely is the case. Yes. I don't know. It's weird. Like, the people hardcore into emo, like, I don't know if Ian Cohen fits into this, but it's like, dude, the people hardcore into emo just love to just police that stuff of being like, actually, they were more like post-hardcore, but in their later years, they moved towards, like, an indie rock sort of. It's like, come on, man. Oh, God. There are bands like that, like, what, Title Fight, I guess, where it's like, they don't get brought up in terms of emo, but it's like they're hardcore. I don't know, man. I don't know. There are certain bands that, like, aren't that, yeah, like, aren't post-hardcore, but aren't emo, but, like Thursday, like, is post-hardcore, but isn't emo. Like, I don't know where something like Senses Fail would be placed in. I think that's just, like, Warped Tour core, you know? Like, the stuff like Mayday Parade, Plus 44, like, Hawthorne Heights, The Academy is, like, all those, like, sort of bands, Simple Plan, obviously, freaking Good Charlotte, right? Like, those bands that you'd find on, like, Warped Tour, freaking things, The Used, right? It's the Motion City soundtrack. It's like, yeah, all of those would mostly be, like, that sort of emo that most people consider, right? Like, I don't know. I don't know where AFI would be put in. Yeah, this is just a thing. Like, the people hardcore into emo like to police what is not considered in that genre. I don't know. To me, Midwest emo is just Midwest emo is just anything sort of like twinkly, I guess. I don't know. Listen to American football. But yeah, modern baseball absolutely is an emo band. I will not take any other freaking opinion on that. Okay, so if you want something that completes the pentafecta of publishing Twitter writing discourses, yeah, I guess like a sixth thing would be like an overhyped TikTok book talk book comes out and people have a bunch of discussions on it, or like, I don't know, that could be like the fifth thing. But yeah, if you want to complete it with another common thing. Someone tweeted, if you're querying, complaining about agents on Twitter could hurt your chances. Some agents may be reluctant to sign someone who seems likely to put them on public blast if they make a simple error sometimes. We're all only human, but we're just disagree on something. And then someone quote tweeted saying, I would like to say as a once querying author and an agent, our systems are geared towards people in power. Hell yeah, complain. Querying sucks. I don't have all the solutions, and I'm trying my best as one individual, but I appreciate all the writers saying things. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It kind of is like, it's not too much confrontational. It is, but this tweet is, but yeah, it's a whole thing of like people. Yeah, the whole divide, that has been going on, especially in this like past year. Yeah, I don't know, with querying authors and agents, right? And the whole like, yeah, I think a lot of it is just querying authors venting frustrations over like what do agents like actually want? What do they actually freaking like mean? And like getting tired of like form rejections, especially, right? Like I think like I talked previously about like it, like how can you tell if a form rejection is actually, or if a personalized rejection is actually personalized and not just a form rejection, right? I don't know. I think I need to pick querying back up. Yeah, I'm considering it. Yeah, I probably should. Look, I need to get serious about querying, but yeah, it is a thing where historically I haven't been friggin' focused on it for like more than like a month at a time. I really should like consider that more. Yeah. But like right now, I'm like doing my like writing thing. I'm drafting another freaking book right now, and it's like, yeah, look, man, the struggle is freaking real. But yeah, I guess it's a thing. Yeah, should you freaking complain about freaking like the querying process? Yeah, absolutely. Like, but I don't know. I guess like some people, yeah, it could be a thing, right? It's all about like it's up to you whether like how much you want to freaking like put out there, right? There's been a lot of people sharing rejections and like, or like also on the other opposite side of it, sharing that they get full requests or like partials or like a R&R, a revise and resubmit. It's cool. I like that. I think it helps me, even if I might not be querying at the time, right? It's like, oh yeah, people, yeah, the publishing, the agenting thing, the agents are like in a cycle of like looking at stuff, right? It just takes a lot of time, obviously, right? But like, yeah, that's been a thing that's been talked about in recent years too. Like since the pandemic, like publishing is always taken a long time, but it's taking even longer now. Like, yeah, it's a lot. The responses I'm getting from like queries, yeah, some of them are from like 3 months after, right? Yeah. So there have been some people who've talked about like getting a response like a year or two after, right? Or even like 3 years after. I don't know. I haven't really gotten that, but yeah, I guess I'll find out in the coming years. I guess there's going to be a writing focused Twitter segment. Yeah. Hands up if you've ever started writing a novel and then realized that either you have no idea what happens in the middle at all, or that what you've got just isn't enough to keep the story flowing to the end. And my response to that is like, what are you talking about? I make it up as I go along, man. Oh man, yeah. Realize that either you have no idea what happens in the middle. Yeah, yes. I have no idea what happens. Currently, I have no idea what happens 2 chapters from now. Yes. Or what you've got just isn't enough to keep the story flowing to the end. I don't know. It's a thing, man. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, how I go about it is that, yeah, I think, yeah, it's not that I don't know anything that goes on. I think it's, yeah, like, yeah, I think I brought up the metaphor that I learned, right, of like a car driving with headlights in the dark, right? Like it's a very very dark night and you're driving in a car with the headlights on. There's only the headlights, right? It's like you can see, basically see as far as they take you, right? You can see, but yeah, and like I guess like the process of writing a novel is driving from like one place to another, right? I can vaguely like figure out like what like certain events might be in the story because I don't outline it all, right? Like it could be, you know, yeah, like I have an idea for what a scene could be or like what a character could be, right? And then like it's only a matter of me like writing the current like chapter, the current scene to get to that point basically, right? I don't know. Like I just don't really think of like middles like at all, right? Yeah, like the save the cat thing that have I ever talked about like whatever it is with story beats, whatever the writing outlining method is, where the story beats have literal names, right? Like I think like there's like a one called like the dark soul, whatever it is, the dark souls, the Elden Ring. The dark crying out into the night, whatever it is. Like I know one is specifically called Fun and Games, right? Like one is specifically called Fun and Games. I would assume one is like, yeah, like one is the, yeah, it's the same thing as like how like there's like beginning, middle, and end, inciting incident, climax. I guess it's like the outlining process is like giving names to the certain parts in like the middle, like that don't get talked about, right? I'd assume like Fun and Games is just like during like a romance, it's like the montage. It's like a montage of like them, the couple doing stuff together, or like the two love interests doing stuff together and building their romance. And I'm like, I don't think like I necessarily have like a name for that. But yeah, I think there's a Fun and Games like part in like the books I've written, right? The two books I've written, but it's like I don't know. I've never been like I'm gonna write the Fun and Games section, right? It's like I don't know. I really just don't think of like writing certain chapters or like sections of my book like that. I don't think of like what is the middle gonna be. I don't even really necessarily think in like act structure, like 3-act structure. I don't know. I think like writing novels has forced me to think of inciting incidents more, right? It has forced me to think of inciting incidents more and like think of like the climax more. But like I don't know, like writing contemporary stories where there's not like literal action in it. Like I don't know. I feel like the climax is way more emotional than anything. You know, I think it's more like a realization, right, that I get towards, right? Yeah, like things, yeah, obviously things change in the story, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't think of like writing like that. Yeah, in terms of like middle or like I don't have enough to fill out the middle or I have no idea. Yeah, like what I have no idea to get to the end. Yeah, like I figure it out, man. I don't know. Maybe my writing process will change at some point, but yeah, that's basically like how it is for me currently. Okay, veering into something very different. There's this rapper. He's called Drake. I don't know if you've heard of him. I think he's Canadian. Yeah, every time Drake drops an album, there's always like a bunch of like stuff like people talk about it. Yeah, a Drake album is one of the artists where like it gets Twitter rolling, like Taylor Swift, right? Like Beyonce. But I don't know if there's really any more like artists where it's like it's specifically a Twitter event when they drop an album. I don't know. Maybe Kanye back then. God. But like, yeah. Is Lana Del Rey in that? Probably not. Boy Genius for like a certain section of Twitter, but not Twitter wide. You know. Oh. So Drake is this artist. He's a rapper, Toronto. Seeing like him, yeah, like watching like footage of him from the Raptor series. I don't know. He was excited. There's that meme where like Drake is what, like, was it KD was like getting helped off the court because of his torn Achilles, right? And then like Drake is like punching Jerry. He's like, oh man, that's so sad. Me, a Raptors fan. That's freaking sucks, man. That freaking sucks. Right? It's like he was excited for the championship, but he dropped an album called For All the Dogs, and in one of the songs, supposedly, he was talking about Rihanna, and then like he was basically saying the sex with her was mid. I don't know, man. I don't know. I need something, man. I need something that isn't like only talking about books and the NBA. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so someone tweeted the sex was average with you, and Rihanna has a song where she says, "Sex with me so amazing, everyone be for real." Who's telling the truth here? It's all a matter of opinion, okay? It's all a matter of opinion. I don't know. Was it really necessary for him to say that? Like just speaking, like, as a Zoomer, I don't, like, was it really necessary for him to say that about Rihanna? I don't know, man. Yeah. I guess a lot of Drake's bars are getting analyzed. There's, like, one lyric where he shouted out Dylan Brooks. He referenced Dylan Brooks. Like, not play. Oh man, I don't know, some friggin' bar, I guess. Yeah, I think I would just like to see, was it Los Pollos? I need the #1 Drake stan to come back again and do the whatever semi-annual, whatever it is, a discussion with Fantano now, please. Those are all really funny. Yeah, I don't know what he does mostly. Like he's on NBA Twitter. He basically, I think maybe he's like mostly known for like being on NBA Twitter. He's a massive LeBron fan, not a Lakers fan, but a LeBron fan. So, you know, God. Yeah, probably. That is the thing, too, that, like, all these freaking, like, Laker accounts. I guess I'm transitioning to the NBA now. Sorry. All these freaking, like, LeBron-focused NBA accounts, you know, like, suddenly freaking on the Lakers bandwagon, being, like talking about the Denver Nuggets. Like, dude, like, why do you freaking care specifically? Like, the Nuggets didn't call LeBron out. Like, what are we doing, man? Well, Michael Malone did, like, joke about LeBron, like, retiring, but it's like, he never frickin' was going to retire, man. I don't understand why people can't, like, yeah, we can't have fun in this day and age. Like, like, come on, man. We can't poke fun at, like, fun at what a lot of people think is the greatest basketball player, to in the history of the NBA, and, like, still a top 10 player in the world. It's like it's like, come on, man, come on now. It's like we can't freaking make a tiny little joke about him not being 100% serious about retiring. Like like people can't do that. Michael Malone can't do that. Like, especially after sweeping the damn Lakers into Western Conference Finals. I don't know, it was a competitive sweep. Look how close the damn sweep was. What were we supposed to do about Jokic freaking hitting all of those freaking, like, circus shots? I don't know. Look, man, yeah, it's gonna be a thing. D'Angelo Russell is going to be the scapegoat, obviously. His contract is very tradable. Like, you know, I can come back to this right now. Am I gonna call it right now? Like, in February? Freaking, like, 80% chance D'Angelo Russell gets traded for something. I'm just glad that Drew Holiday didn't end up on the Lakers, but maybe he could. Oh, man. But that'd be weird, like a in-season, like, Celtics to Lakers trade. I don't know. Usually doesn't really happen. But yeah, I guess. Drake's album. It's also been a thing that Drake has been bringing NBA players to the stage in his shows. Like, he brought Devin Booker on stage. He brought, I don't know. Yeah, on one. He brought KD to the stage. Yeah. He's just doing that. There was, like, another clip of him, of, like, a guy who had a sign that said, like, his girlfriend broke up with him or something. And then Drake, as a gift, he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you 50K so you can flex on her. It's like, okay, all right. And then someone tweeted, like, what if we found out that he was, like, abusive? It's like, okay, all right. Oh man. Anyways, I guess that's Drake. Someone tweeted, y'all don't call the women at the nail salon the Asians, so stop calling your hair braiders the Africans. Stop it. And I'm like, people do this? I don't know. Okay, yeah, true. Look, man, I wanted to maybe, like, related to, like, that previous topic, but, like, yeah, that's basically what else. That's, yeah, I guess let that just stand on its own as a tweet, I guess. Yeah, probably should stop that. Oh man, what the hell? Oh, I guess I'm continuing it. I am not cutting this. I'm not cutting from this. This is action, man. This is also like an important thing to make sure that like I have the audio and video synced up. Yeah. Is that basically all of the Twitter like stuff? Yeah. That's basically it. Yeah. What have I been reading? I guess I've been sticking what I've been reading like right at the end of these episodes. I read Der Eyes Were Watching God, a novel that had really good prose, and I finished it. It was really good. It was just like under 200 pages, you know? I really enjoyed it. I think I'd probably give it 5 stars. Yeah. So I am now reading The Duff, The Designated Ugly Fat Friend. Yeah. So yeah, by someone, yeah, Cody Kleppinger, who, fun fact about the book, wrote it when she was 17, like her senior year of high school, and it really does not feel that way. I don't know. Like I feel like it's interesting how like there are just so many like books where like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it, yeah, this reads like YA is an insult to some people, for some people, right? Like, some people on Twitter who read adult books mostly say this reads like YA as an insult when talking about the prose being bad or simple or too generic or too friggin' boring, right? But, like, I don't know, like that's the thing, right? I feel like it's very impressive that like reading even just the first 30 pages of it, where like it feels like it's like it feels like a really fun, like well written story from the 30 pages I've read, and like entertaining enough, right? And like it was written by a 17-year-old. Like, I don't know. Like, I think there's something really remarkable about that. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, what do most 17-year-olds freaking write? You know, fan fiction, basically, right? Like, obviously, Aragon was written by a 15. Christopher Paolini was like 15, 16. I think there are other like instances of like oh, this person was this age when they wrote that. But yeah. Was it like S.E. Hinton was like really young writing The Outsiders? Yeah, that might have been the case. But like, I don't know. It's about being a duff, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I need to like read more of it. I'm only like 30 pages in. But yeah, I'm probably gonna really enjoy that. I have no qualms about the prose of it. As someone, yeah, I do not need to friggin', yeah, you know, relitigate this. I don't know. Will this be the final time I talk about prose? Until someone wants to like give specific examples of what they think good prose is, yeah, I feel like it should be the last time I talk about it. I don't know, man. It's just too many. I don't know. Like, I'm fine with talking about these various discourses because like, I think overall they're fun. It's not really like I don't go into seeing these on Twitter and being like, ugh, God, why is this happening? I'm more so just like, it seems like somewhat interesting to talk about. But like with the prose stuff, I'm like, okay, all right. I just don't really know what to add to it already, right? Like I don't know really what to add to it. If people aren't gonna be more specific with what they feel like is good prose or not, or like we're never gonna come up with a standardized like definition or standardized freaking view of what is or isn't good prose. Like it's not necessarily taught in freaking universities. like I missed the day in my English class when my teacher was like, okay class, so this is an example of what good prose is. I don't know, it's a thing. Anyways, I think that should about do it for this episode. So anything, and let me see if I can find some last minute tweets. Anything ever? No. Yeah. Ooh, a book coming out? Yeah. Something book. A clip of Joe Rogan on a podcast. Ew. Ugh, God, who's that? That's an MMA fighter. Bored at work. Should I rank my friends' boyfriends in order of how much I like them and send it to him? Yeah, yes. We're putting hyaluronic acid into cigarettes, collagen, and a few ceramides too. Oh, speaking of that, yeah, was it like Obama's daughter was seen smoking a cigarette, and like, yeah, like I don't know, just do it, just the outrage over that. KSI News. Do you think KSI will knock out Tommy Fury if this shot lands? No. Damn, if he wins that fight, I don't know. A beautiful love language is consideration. When someone thinks about your feelings before making decisions, pays attention to details, and goes the extra mile to make life a little easier for you, how much someone cares about you can actually be found in how much they consider you. Yeah. Yeah, my thing with the I guess should I end it here? Love languages. I feel like everyone has all of the sort of love languages as things they like, but I don't know, whatever. Who called it the new Fumble Dimension video and not Coffee's cheat ventures in Moses Malone land? Man. Breaking The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered has basically been confirmed for PS5 by Naughty Dog's employees. Someone quote tweeted it. Imagine being forced to make the same two games over and over again. Like, did the Part 2 just miss the PS5 by, like, what? How many months? Like, 6? Like 4 months? The PS5 came out in October of 2020. Oh, man. The original release only came out 3 years ago. They must have started working on this right after the release, if not earlier. Literally the game dev tale of Sisyphus. Dude, man, yeah, I don't know. Last of Us Part 3 is gonna be good, right? Man. There's gonna be a Lotto Latte. So, a popular trans woman poster got suspended off of Twitter by Elon himself. What's the craziest NFL stat you've ever seen? I get these tweets. I don't know why. The single season record for average yards per reception is 111. Oh, man. Yeah, I recently learned who Dick Butkus is. Yeah, he's an important Chicago Bears linebacker. I guess. Speedrunning here. Rare insults. Oh, man. Something. Maybe. What book scene had you like this? And then someone quoted maybe Percy Jackson? I don't know. Anything else? Anything else? The comeback is very personal. It's an apology to myself. Man. Anything? Yeah, true. Oh, man. Yeah, another Joe Rogan thing. Oh, God. Yep, I guess that's basically it. Yeah, not me asking when's the last time you had food or water, knowing damn well it has been 24 hours for me. Oh, man. Oh, man, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I feel like that's it for this episode. So, yeah. Oh, man, only took me, like, what, an hour and 34 minutes? Oh, man. I'll be sure to cut it. Yeah, I'll have my work cut out for me. So, anyways, thank you so much for watching, and see you on the next episode.